Hi, T. Carlson here, and today we go back into the world of 1980s cinema. Arrow Video has finally released on 4K Ultra High Def Weird Science, the classic sci-fi cult classic from John Hughes. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Just a brief disclaimer before I begin. Any images you see in this video are screen caps from the older Blu-ray release of the film. They're not taken directly from the 4K, so they don't fully represent 4K quality. I also previously did a review for Arrow's Blu-ray release of the film, and I'll include a link to that up above. Be warned though, it's a pretty cringe-worthy old video early from the history of my channel, before I had my modern iPhone or even the backdrop that you see behind. Anyway, let's get started. Nice slipcover here, art of the classic Kelly LeBrock character from the film, and the two boys looking on in awe. Here are our spines. Back cover with all our descriptions and so forth. There is reversible art on the inner sleeve. I already reversed that. This art's a little more akin to what Arrow Video used on their Steelbook art for the Blu-ray release. Inside the package we have a few things. Right here we've got our disc. This is a 4K disc only. It does not include a Blu-ray copy of the film. Weird that they wouldn't include one on account of Arrow has released one, which I've literally reviewed on this channel before. Over on the other side here, we have a few things. We have an ad for Arrow's streaming service. We've got an ad for something called Fighting Back. I have no idea what that is, but they've certainly sparked my curiosity with this ad. As with a lot of Arrow releases, we got a poster of the film. On this side, we have the artwork that's used for the slipcover. And on this side, we've got that same alternate art that was on the other side of the reversible art. Once again, as with Arrow releases, we also get a nice little booklet here. Usual routine, I'm not going to go through and show off every single page in here, but there is some nice artwork, photographs, essays, and so forth. And I'll read the description of the movie as follows from the back of the cover. They went from zeros to heroes in one fantastic weekend. If you can't get a date, make one. After proving himself with the king of heartfelt teen flicks with 16 Candles and The Breakfast Club, writer-director John Hughes infused the genre with a hefty dose of whacked-out sci-fi comedy and weird science, a film where every teenage boy's wildest fantasies come to life. Perennially picked-on high school nerds Gary and Wyatt are sick of their status at the bottom of the social food chain. Using Wyatt's computer, the two hatch a plan to create their dream woman, and following a massive power surge, that woman unexpectedly appears in the form of Lisa. Gorgeous, intelligent, and blessed with limitless magic powers, Lisa makes the boys' dreams come true. But what about Wyatt's gun-toting psycho older brother Chet and the two bullies determined to put them back in their place? Inspired by EC Comics and boosted by a killer soundtrack, Weird Science has never looked better than in this new 4K Ultra High Def Blu-ray edition, including an extended version of the film and hours of bonus content. Weird Science is one of those fun 80s comedies that I love to revisit on a regular basis. John Hughes had never really tried his hand at anything like sci-fi style before, so this movie's a bit of an outlier in his catalog, although I do mean that in the best of way. Ilyon Mitchell-Smith and Anthony Michael Hall are fantastic as the two nerds in this film who are constantly in awe of the dream woman they've created who's come to life. And the film is just expertly cast throughout. Kelly LeBrock is fantastic as Lisa, their dream woman who they've created. And one of the bullies is even portrayed by a very young Robert Downey Jr. long before he joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Iron Man. And then you have supporting parts from the likes of Michael Berryman, who, due to his appearance, was regularly cast in sci-fi and horror films, and he appears here as a mutant biker and certainly gets some interesting looks throughout. The movie moves from point A to point B with plenty of unexpected moments of hilarity throughout, and of course the late great Bill Paxton is always entertaining as Wyatt's older bully brother Chet, who of course gets reduced into a ridiculous form later on by Lisa for his past transgressions. I won't deny that a lot of the attitudes and elements of Weird Science would certainly be dated and politically incorrect by today's standards, so it might not be a movie to watch if you're easily offended, but I had a ton of fun revisiting this one. It's not quite like any other John Hughes movie out there, not really quite like any movie out there, period. Despite its datedness, I always have fun when I watch this one, and if you're a fan of 80s cinema 80s comedies and the like, I think you will too. Again, Arrow Video had previously released a Blu-ray of Weird Science. I'm willing to bet this 4K release is based on the same master. And of course, being a 4K release, it does get the addition of HDR and Dolby Vision, and that does give it a little extra pop. I'm not going to say this is a night and day difference over the previous release that was by Arrow on Blu-ray, but I'm very happy with what I see here, and I think it's at least a modest upgrade. I don't know if it's so much better looking you should rush out, sell your Blu-ray, and buy this one, but if you don't already own Weird Science in some shape or form, this is the version to own. Just be forewarned that it does not include a Blu-ray copy of the film. From what I can tell, the bonus features are the same ones that were in the Blu-ray release of the package, and that includes both the theatrical and slightly extended cuts of the movie. The two cuts are not overly different, and those extended scenes I don't know really are anything essential. And then there's also a standard def edited for TV cut of the movie, as well as a bunch of bonus features, many of which are vintage, some of which date back to the old DVD era, some that I believe were created by Arrow for the initial Blu-ray release of the film. There's a ton of stuff here to watch, so if you're a fan of the movie, I think you're going to be very occupied and very entertained for quite some time. If you're a fan of Weird Science, or you're even just a fan of 80s cinema who wants to take a chance on the film, this package comes very highly recommended. Are you a fan of Weird Science? Where would you rank it in the filmography of John Hughes? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure to give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.